Hey man, it's the Vaping Hippie JP, what's up? Coming at you with another video. This video is going to be about my whole success story, about how I quit smoking and how vaping helped me accomplish that. Yeah, let's start down the road here, about going to the doctors and having the lady not even listen to my chest and just say, hey man, how many packs of cigarettes do you smoke a day? Like 2.5. And she's like, dude, you gotta quit smoking, man. You're gonna be carrying a tank around another couple years because you got emphysema and you got COPD already, and that doesn't ever get better. And the next thing is lung cancer, throat cancer, or whatever cancer that cigarette smoke causes you. I'm smoking 50 cigarettes a day for 9 years, 10 years, which is probably about 69 to 70,000 cigarettes all together. It's enough to probably fill up this whole room. And I said, well, geez, I got to do something, man. 42 years old. I got high blood pressure, a little bit overweight. I don't exercise. I don't really eat too good. I don't need another thing on my checklist here, bad things, I got enough, to worry about. So I started, thinking about it. I went and got me an e-cigarette from the gas station, and I tried one of those and poked it a little bit, and I'm like, well, it's kind of good, all right, just a little vapor, that's pretty interesting. Still kind of tastes like shit, but, I tried that for, a little while, and I kept burning through them, so I'm like, shit, man, what do I do now, I saw people with these little C4 things. So I ordered one off of eBay, got a bottle of juice, popped it in there. I said, 2 or 3 days, I'm hitting this thing. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. I'm like, wow, man, a little bit of vapor coming out of there, that's pretty interesting, and it tastes good, too. So I stuck with it for 2 or 3 days, and then I started noticing that, wow, man, I got like a half a pack of cigarettes left at the end of the day, So then the draw was there, do a little bit more. So I started carrying it around with me every day at work. And I was kind of faithful to it, for another week or so. Started puffing on it, puffing on it, puffing on it. And I'm really hitting this thing, all the time instead of trying to smoke a cigarette. So I went down to the local vape shop and they told me, hey, you got to get something a little bit more because you're hitting this thing too hard. So I ended up going up to a THRU and a spinner battery, and then I ended up going up to a VAPIN 5, and I got the Genie Tank Giant on there because I just thought it looked cool and it holds a lot of juice. And it's adjustable. So I got me one of these, and I continued on my journey of vaping. I started to see that, it started actually working. And I said, what else is there out there? So I started going down to my local vape shop, Smoky Mountain Vapes, and I started asking the guys there, a lot of questions about this, that, and the other thing. And they helped me out with everything I needed to know. And I ended up getting myself a little iStick 50 and a little, well, now I got the Arctic, but I started out with the Milo sub-tank. So I could carry it around and work with me all day. This thing was awesome. I couldn't believe how much vapor and flavor you got out of it. Started buying juice all over the place on the internet. Getting juice and this and that, flavors and stuff. I was pretty much caught up in it. I'm like, wow, this is working, So now I'm down to like 2 or 3 cigarettes a day. I'm like, wow, man, this is really working, I keep going with it and started to notice I could breathe a little better. Went down to the vape shop, and one of the guys was puffing out an RDA in a box. And I said, I said, you want to hit it? I said, yeah, let me try that, I tried it, but I coughed my brains out, and I said, wow, now I smoked that vapor came out. It was pretty unbelievable, the flavor to it was pretty awesome. I said, wow, I said, the sooner you quit smoking, the sooner you'll be able to do that and be able to hit it a little bit harder because your lungs are going to start cleaning themselves out. So the draw was there. I was hooked. I ended up, staying with my Arctic and put the bigger coil in there, started pumping this thing up to like 40 watts, and I was hitting this, carrying it around with me all day. About, I don't know, a month or so, a little over a month, and I finally quit smoking. I don't smoke anymore. Been about a month and a half almost now since I've had an actual cigarette. This is this little baby. And then I ended up having to go and get something because you want a little more flavor and a little more vapor. I ended up going and getting a Sigelli 150 and started building my own coils. And I went that route because now it became a hobby for me. And you know, I went down to my local Smoky Mountain Vapes place in the little Tokyo and get my Inferno vape. And I started having them help me build my own coils on my RDA. I actually bought my first RDA there, which was the little boy. And I said, wow, you know, I got myself a little Mac mod off the internet. Got myself a battery. And I was like, wow, man, that is amazing, man. The flavor that comes off of that, the amount of vapor that comes out of there. I was like, wow, man, my lungs are actually still working. I didn't screw them up too much, man. They still work. After beating on them for 25 years, 2.5 packs of cigarettes a day, they actually still work. And I was just amazed that, you know, every day I would try it and I'd be able to do it a little more, a little more, a little more. So eventually, you know, you're actually blowing little clouds, and it's pretty amazing. You know, the flavor off it is just incredible. And after doing that for a little while, it's been about, you know, like I said, almost close to a month. I went to getting, you know, a bigger RDA, and I got a box. Well, first actually I got this. I got a 26650 with a full bail on it, and I had them build some wild coils for it. And I mean, I was just like, bigger, better, faster, more. And I was like, oh man, that's even better now, you know. I was simply amazed, and now it's become a hobby for me. I went out and I bought myself a Sigelli 150 with a mutator on there and dual coil, 0.4 ohm build. You know, what is it, 10 wraps, 26 gauge, 0.4. And I know all this stuff because of the people at Smoky Mountain Vapes and a bunch of other people. We got a group online called the Call to Homes. We actually just broke 1,000 people. Yeah, go always. And you know, there's 1,000 people on there that are ex-smokers, man. And it's all because of vaping. And it's like now, after a month and a half, I could do this. I mean, that's just incredible, man. I could block out the darn camera. I mean, that's just incredible. The flavor you get off of that is amazing. I feel amazing, you know, and that's why I do these videos, to get these people out there and educated on what vaping does, where to get stuff at. That's why I do different stores and different products and stuff that they send me, because I want to get it out there more. It works. They can hate on it all they want. Talk to me and I'll tell them that it works, man. I'm walking living proof, and I can speak, you know. I'll argue with them all day and night that there's nothing wrong with vaping. It's better than smoking cigarettes. Any way you look at it, it's not going to kill you. You know, slowly over time, and it's not going to kill you. There's people out there vaping for like 10 plus years now, and they're fine. You know, they're healthy. They're living longer lives. They're sticking around to see their grandchildren and stuff. It's amazing, you know, how it works. I mean, look at that. I couldn't do that when I was smoking. My lungs work. They actually feel better. I got more energy. I taste better. I smell better. Not that I smell better, but I smell better through my nose. I taste better. I got more energy. I sleep better at night. I run up and down stairs now at work. The guys at work were just like, wow, dude, he used to smoke that much every day and this and that. And now they're vaping because I tried and I helped them out and I got them started on it. So now I feel better because I got 5 other people that are going to stick around longer in life, all due to vaping. We got to keep it out there. We got to keep, you know, people got to hear it, that it works, and all it comes from people that like me, that it actually worked for. We're walking living proof. The more people like me out there talking about it and pushing it out there and getting these places to be popular and helping sell products and juice and stuff and everything, it's not for the money. It's because it stopped. It helped me quit smoking, and it made me quit smoking, and it worked. And That's no, it's plain and simple. You know, I don't make any money doing this. People send me a couple of things here and there and stuff, but I use them and I pass them along usually to somebody else that's just starting out, because this is all I have right here, and I've started out with so much more. And I've passed it along to 5 or 6 other people and got them going on it, and told them to pass the word along. So, you know, you're watching these videos and stuff, pass it along, keep it going, you know, and keep everybody educated on what's going on here. The big tobacco companies don't want us to do it, but hey, I'm going to live longer. Any way you slice it, due to vaping, man. You know, and all the people that have helped me out along the way, I thank you. You know, you all know who you are. And I'll continue making videos. You got any questions or anything, there's a little comment thing down here. Just leave a question, man. I'll try and answer it. If I can't, I got 1,000 people in my group that could try and answer it for you. So it's not a problem, man. But like I said, keep vaping, keep it out there, vape strong, vape hard, do what you gotta do. Stop smoking, pass it on, and I'll be back with another video soon. And this is the Vapey Hippy JP.